And it literally just like broke my heart. But it also gave me like that push, like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm not living for what the fuck you say anymore. I'm not, because I am 21 years old, becoming my own person. I'm making,
100%.
literally, me and my friend had this whole like scenario. We're pushing our way into line. We're getting into like the line of people for fucking world, whatever. And like, we're pushing our way. We're finally making our statement. Like, this is who I am. I'm in line. I'm fucking here.
If you want it, I got 500 days a day. If you want it, if you want it, I got 500. I got 500. If you want it, I got 500 days a day. If you need it, we gonna get your back bent. If you want it, I got 500 days a day. If you need it, we gonna get your back bent. Yeah, just be true to you. Just be true to you. Just do what you do. Someone will notice you. Just be true to you. Just do what you do. You don't gotta be them, boo. Just be true to you. Bitch.
Feels amazing to be back on 500 DOD TV. I'm here with some amazing creative friends. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, love?
I'm Little Black Boy, also known as Aaron.
Period.
All right. I'm India, also known as Stained Skirts.
Period. We'd love to hear it.
My name is Aaron, also known as Kitty.
And y'all already know who the fuck this is. It's Slimecita, also known as Sin.
Big part.
So essentially all of us are creatives in different industries. So you are in...
Music.
Modeling and clothes.
Modeling and makeup.
And I'm a fashion designer. So one thing I find is it's super crucial to network with people. How do you guys usually network with people without coming off as like chasing clout or trying to use people?
I mean, if I could start, I feel like the best way to network is literally just going out in LA and having a good time. Because as you can see how we all pulled up on a normal ass day, like people are literally attracted by all of us. Like we
100%.
step into a fucking room and it's like, whoa, who is that? And then they
Energy's
just
crazy.
come up. It's literally just like they're drawn to us. And it's like, not even trying to
100%.
sound like conceited or anything, but it's like, I feel like it's the energy you give off. Like, this is who I am. I'm confident in myself. So here I am. And people are like, whoa. So I mean, that's
100%,
honestly the best way.
100%.
People just like,
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that shit.
You gotta be in the environment too. Like, if like you want to like network with the right people, like you have to be around the people that are doing the same shit that you're doing. Like, especially if you want to like succeed too, like you have to surround yourself around people who have the same goals as you and or are already where you want to be. And I feel like that's the best way to network. Like, I'm finna go around people who I know are on the same shit as me because it's easier for us to relate.
100%. Everybody
Like,
loves to relate.
Yes,
That's like the biggest thing.
Like you know, like
You get
oh,
it. You understand.
yeah.
We're seeing eye to
Yeah,
eye. Yeah, we're seeing
exactly.
eye level right now.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
I think everybody basically touched all the points. You just gotta wear yourself on yourself, authentic, be authentic,
Authenticity.
and be original.
Period.
Because it's really hard to find originality. You know,
Yeah.
I think you just gotta be, and not really like. But it's
Think
like
too much into it.
Yeah,
100%.
everybody and everything will gravitate
No,
towards
when you
you.
start like to find yourself, you
Yeah.
can just start becoming like who you are.
Exactly.
And that's actually a beautiful thing because like from high school to now, like I see myself change so much. And it's only been like a
Yeah.
couple years, so it's like
No, yeah,
to
it's
see myself
insane.
actually like forming into someone.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
amazing.
Right in front of your own eyes. That's insane. So kind of piggybacking off of like authenticity and originality, how do we kind of feel about, you know, super big brands, super big artists, super big anything kind of moping or copying underground artists or underground creatives?
In contact with
You
a
look
lot
like
of
you
that.
really
We
want to
came in
snap.
contact-
Yeah, she look like she want to
Yeah.
snap real quick.
Yeah.
Give her the mic. Give her the mic. Give her the mic. Give her the mic.
Bro, oh my gosh, like I have noticed like okay, it's like in a way of like still trying to be humble and like not really knowing, but then there's like certain things that I noticed that even I would do or like other people would do, and then like give it a few months for it to get a lot of attention, and then you see like famous people doing it, and it's like because it's like their stylists are looking at people like us and they're taking our
Exactly.
fucking
Yup.
ideas and then they're giving it to them, and it's like as if it's them, but it's like it's us working hard, and it's like our what is it called?
Authenticity.
Yes, how do you fucking say that shit? Yes, that. And it's like our creativity, and they're like literally like stealing it from us, like, and it's fucking
And we don't even fucking
crazy.
know because they be checking out our Instagram,
And
fucking
then,
peeking.
and then everybody's admiring them, and it's like that is
Literally.
us. Like we working hard, like out here, like for real. But a lot of things that people don't realize is the more authentic you are, is what's gonna naturally draw people to you. Like
100%.
it's so easy for people to tell when when that's not really you. Like, you know how easy it is for me to spot out when that's not really, like, that's not who you are. Like, bro, like, you're trying to be someone that you're not. Like,
especially in LA.
You guys originally from?
Especially in LA.
You guys originally from LA?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So actually, I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not. So I was actually born in Iowa, and I moved to California when I was like 8 to 10 years old. I don't really remember much of that. We didn't even move straight to LA. I literally lived in the IE for a little bit. So once I came to LA, I was just kind of like culture shock. It's completely different, even though it's only an hour away, you know? Like, they're definitely farther behind with fashion, with art, with anything creative. Like, they're definitely behind, and it's just like, insane. But no, I'm not originally from LA. I know we probably all thought that. Everybody think I'm an LA baby. I'm not an LA baby. I was not born here, but I do claim it because it did form me in some of my most vital years. That's why I do all the shit that I do. Like, literally, I was here on those vital years, so. Not from LA, though. But do you want to continue on the last topic?
It's time to be an advocate for my community.
Period.
I feel like and have been a victim of cis women and men stealing from the queer community and putting their name on it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just feel like, you know, why? Why? We all got our own little way of life. Stay over there.
Stay in your
And
lane.
I
Stay in
feel like
lane.
not
Stay in
only
your lane.
just stay in your lane and not
Moral
only
of the
just
story: stay in your motherfucking lane.
that.
Yeah, that's the key there.
That.
No, definitely.
And if you're not gonna stay in your lane, give
least
credit
credit.
for somebody else's lane.
All right, that's a whole
Like,
conversation in
credit.
itself.
It's due.
People literally don't understand. All it takes is to reach out and ask someone to collaborate. All it takes is that one tag or
Yeah.
just that, not even validation, but just like to let someone know, like, I seen your idea and I was inspired by it. As opposed to just like coming and
take it. It's
snatching
mine.
it
This is
away
my
and it's
shit
mine.
now. It's not.
What I really wanted to talk about is like, where do you draw the line from like drawing inspiration from something and then I'm blatantly just stealing and copying your idea? Like, where do we kind of draw the line with that?
Okay, see, with me, like, I literally copied this. Like, I don't know if you guys follow, like, Rico Nasty, like, just went on tour, and, like, she has, like, a new makeup artist. So, like, she's been doing, like, crazy-ass, like, liner looks. So I literally took that from her. And, like, I haven't posted anything yet, but, like, I don't know. I'm, like, thinking, like, I would obviously give her credit, but, like, I feel like me, like, my platform is not big enough, but also, like, give credit when it's due. But I feel like no one's gonna see it and be like, oh, like, that's cool, you did that yourself. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Anyone want to pick you out on that?
Draw the line. Go ahead.
Okay.
You do that.
Like, there's just like, even like when it comes down to like certain ways that people dress or like certain hairstyles, like there's just certain things that I noticed that, like, for example, that I would do and I would literally see it be like copy and pasted, but it would be so exact to where it's like you're not even like it doesn't even look like you're inspired. It looks like you're blatantly just stealing, taking my look. And it's like, the one thing that I live for is inspiring people. Like, I would love to do something and see somebody else be inspired, and then they do it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's fucking dope. Like, you're inspired by me. But it's a total different energy, and like you can just tell when it's like they steal your shit, and then it's like they steal it with like the attitude as if it's theirs. Like, they don't know that you know that they're stealing it. And like, I don't like that. It's weird. And it's like, you could just tell the difference when it's copy and pasted and when like it's inspiration. And you should always give credit where it's due. Like, for real. Like, if I ever get inspired by someone, I always let them know that they inspired me. Like, there's no way I'm finna sit up here and know that I'm doing the same shit that you're doing or something similar to what you're doing and not like be like, you know, you inspired me, like, or you helped me like formulate this or create this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't do that, and it's fucked up because a lot of people be getting credit for shit that they didn't even create. So
Man, amen on that.
Yes.
Amen on that. Preach.
I'm gonna come in on that. I feel like it's okay to emulate but not imitate.
Beautifully said.
Okay, hold on. Repeat that.
It's,
Run that back.
no, but it is, and I think it needs to be vocalized. It's okay to emulate. You can see something and like it and take from it, but to imitate is another thing. And then to pretend like you're in denial about imitating something,
100%.
do not be oblivious.
And that has to also do with culture, like appropriation.
Everything.
culture
Everything.
appreciation.
Everything.
It's like, okay, like, I love this, I don't even know, like, this hairstyle that this different culture does. I'm gonna just do it. But it's like,
there's a certain
There's a boundary.
yeah, you gotta understand the culture, understand where it comes from. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just, like, put shit on and be like, I'm
Yeah.
this now.
Like, you have to understand,
Literally.
and you have to appreciate it. Like, you can't
Exactly.
just do something without knowing the history or nothing like
Exactly.
that. Like, no.
Cultural appreciation and cultural.
Appropriation.
There we go.
Right. You know,
What was that little emulate bar you said
Oh
earlier?
yeah, it's okay to emulate, but don't
For the
imitate.
third time, say it again.
Do not imitate. Don't do it.
Okay, so, you know, me being in the fashion industry, one of the main things that has been really hard for me is just like the fact that everyone's so gatekeepy with it because, you know, like we're in LA and some people feel like everyone can't eat, which is my biggest pet peeve because I love to put all of my people on. Like, there is so much money, opportunity, things for everyone to obtain. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Because I know we might all be in like different industries or maybe the same, but I know that gatekeeping is everywhere.
Okay, really quickly, don't want to be that person, but back to the community. It's done to everyone, 100%, but I feel like it's done the most to queer artists because it's either hetero people in charge of something we want to take part in or whatever, and it's kind of just like, you can't eat because you're gay.
Yeah.
You can't come up because you that. So when you not that, we'll be here.
And sometimes even more fucked up with like how like our culture is developing. Like sometimes it's not even because you're gay; it's because you're trans. It's like,
Exactly.
because you're more
Exactly.
like accepting of yourself.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
For what?
And the only way you can't eat at the table is if you're not clockable. If we can't tell who you are, you're good. But
Yeah.
you just better not say who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's fucking horrible.
That's messed up.
because when you don't know who you are and you can't say who you are, and you don't have a big enough name, I can take shit from you and no one else will know.
Exactly.
But the gatekeeping shit, like the fact that people, like, they try to hide. Like, one thing about me, like, if people ever ask me, like, how did you do this? Like, I'm the type of person, I'm going to give you step by step of how I got there. Like, because, like you said, there's so many opportunities. First of all, in each field of everything, in each industry, there's so many different opportunities for everybody. There's somewhere for everybody to fit. Like, and it's like, it's like everybody wants to be that number one person on top and nobody else can like eat with them. Like, no, we can all be up there together and help one another like get up there because creatives really need each other. And everybody thinks that they could just get there by themselves, but it's like, no, like, you need help. Like, you helped me with my whole first photo shoot for my brand. You helped me co-direct my whole first photo shoot for my brand. Like,
So true.
And I would do it again, bitch.
Right,
I would do it
like,
fucking again.
and there's people who would probably refuse to do that because they don't want to see other people like eat, and that's so crazy to
Like,
me.
her brand might actually be more than like what I'm doing with my fashion thing. So
And
it
it's
makes-
like-
Exactly.
And exactly,
It
and it's
stems
like-
from insecurity.
It stems from insecurity.
And you
Exactly.
are
You
insecure.
don't believe that you are enough.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And you're
Intimidation.
mad. And you're mad.
Intimidated.
Exactly.
You're
That's
intimidated and you're insecure, and that is exactly what I wanted to get. I'm so glad that we all have a brain.
And that's
the T. If you feel the need to gatekeep anything in any industry, I just want to let you know it's because you're literally insecure that whoever you put on is going to surpass you.
Gotta be better than you.
Cue the Cardi clip. Okay, so
silence.
I know that, like, personally for me, when I was growing up, like, my family's not the most creative, so that was kind of like what made me the lone wolf of the family, is that I always kind of chose more of a creative route. I did great in school. I, did all of that too, but I always knew that at the end of the day, I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be a lawyer. I didn't want to be any of those things. I've always wanted to do fashion. It was either going to be fashion, music, or, like, acting. So how did your families react to it when you kind of started pursuing that creative path?
I'll start us. So, well, growing up, I didn't have a supportive family at all because, first of all, you're black and you're gay, and we know you are, but you don't know you are yet. This is like back in the day. We know. How would they know? They knew.
We know.
And I think no motivation at all made me motivated because if you're not going to support me and I know you're not going to support me, I got to support me. Exactly. I had to be my own parent, my own best friend, all of that. So I think how I coped was pain, but turn pain into power and do something. So
That resonates with me right now. We all know why, y'all.
yeah,
Pain comes profit.
exactly,
resonates with me
exactly.
right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like, it was kind of like the same. Like, my family, I wouldn't necessarily, it's like they secretly didn't support me. Like they acted like they did, but like deep down they didn't really accept me for who I was. Like any chance that they had to try to change something about me, they tried. Like whether it was about like the way I dress, like literally my family criticized me because I skate. Like literally, if I would go to the skate park every single day, like, and they didn't want me to do that. To them, it was boyish.
I feel that so hard. I told my mom, I was like, I want to skateboard.
Skate.
She's like, what are you, a boy?
Like what the fuck?
I want to go out and skate.
I want to go skate. Like
I'm trying to skate mommy a little bit. Like,
no.
No, but I feel that so hard. Like,
Yeah, and it's like from that, like clothing all the way down to the music I listened to was like critiqued. Like I felt like I was always critiqued growing up, so it made me very like self-cautious, and I just like had to come out of that and realize like no, like I love who I am and I'm gonna be that, and I don't really care if you guys don't accept me or not anymore. And like becoming like that made me so much more stronger to like accept rejection when it comes to like my creativeness, when it comes to the clothes that I make, when it comes to fashion, and like anything. Like it helps me like be able to not be so bothered by people who are not gonna like what I do, because
it's fucked up to say, but it's like if your parents don't got your back, hey,
for real.
hey, I got my own.
And they still talk shit to this day.
To this day.
To this day, for real.
To this
yeah, no, definitely.
For real.
No, I definitely, I feel like I'm like just getting out of that, like being so like influenced by like what my parents and my sister says. Like, so my sister's 4 years older than me, and my mom is only 19 years older than my sister. Literally had her so young. So both of them are basically just like older sisters to me.
Yeah.
So anytime I do anything, like you said, it's criticism. Oh, you want to be a boy? Oh, you're doing this eyeliner. Literally for my 21st birthday look, like I saw this makeup inspiration, and this girl had like gems all over, and like my dress was like kind of a lot, but like, you know, just a little slim fit, cut out, whatever. So I showed my mom like the picture, like, oh, I think I'm gonna do this for my makeup. She's like, oh, your dress is a lot, like don't do too much. And I'm just like,
Never too much.
and like it's my 21st birthday. You would think she would say, go do whatever
do
you
it.
want, like whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's your birthday. But she's like, don't do too much. We're going out to dinner. Like you don't want to, you know. And I was just, it literally just like broke my heart. But it also gave me like that push, like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm not living for what the fuck you say anymore. I'm not, because I am 21 years old, becoming my own person. I'm making
100%.
literally, me and my friend had this whole like scenario. We're pushing our way into line. Like we're getting into like the line of people for fucking world, whatever, and like we're pushing our way. We're finally making our statement. Like, this is who I am. I'm in line. I'm fucking here.
Yeah.
So it's
Here.
like to actually have that voice and be like, this is who I am. No one can fucking take that away from you.
100%. And I think it's really important, no matter who it is, family, friends, to always like stand strong on what you believe in, because like if you don't do that, no one is ever gonna respect you.
Live your life for your fucking self.
Period.
Live your life for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can live your life for your parents. Okay, I'm gonna take their path of job. I'm gonna do this and just follow after them. But at the end of the day, are you happy?
No.
Are you?
No.
Depressed and stressed.
And stress.
Depressed and stressed. Both at the same time.
All of them.
Me right now.
You're okay.
Break up.
Damn.
Fuck niggas.
Back up.
Fuck you, Alex.
Name drop. The name is drop.
Well, we're dropping names. No, I'm kidding.
Anyways, though,
We're dropping names today.
shit, God damn it. Yeah, that's topic. You're bringing it back to where it needs to go. Sorry, y'all. I'm angry. So all of us are people of color, literally everyone in this room. How has that affected you in this industry? Because I know we got some models in here. I know we got another model, also two fashion designers. Like,
Here the tea.
it's hard. And
Here
no matter
is the
what
tea.
industry you're in, as a person of color, there is always an extra obstacle in front of you. So when did you guys kind of have a moment where you kind of noticed, like, damn, the color of my skin is really affecting what the fuck is going on right now?
It's really doing some damage.
Like, it's really not working
for
right
real.
now. Like,
It's like you can put in 10 times more as like much work rather than someone else that's not a person of color, and like you get no recognition, and like their quality could be so much more like not as good as yours, but there's this praise, and yours is not, literally just because you're black. Like, and it's actually so crazy, and especially in the modeling industry. And I want to talk about that because like I've been in like fashion shows like hosted like by modeling agencies and stuff like that, going to casting calls and things like that, and I also want to talk about like the range of different skin colors when it comes to being a person of color, because like in the modeling industry, it's very rare for them to accept like brown skin. When they accept black women, they accept women who's like they're black, like
Ethiopian, or
and
like
when I say
sort of,
black,
like
I mean like they're
skin,
ridiculously dark. They usually shave their head off. Like they don't just take like normal day black women, and like that's really fucking tea. Like
no one even thinks about it.
It's like they want to put a specific image of how black women look in the industry. They wouldn't just take a black women like us like just easily. Like that's not how it works. And it's very, very rare for you to come in there and you could be the most prettiest. You could be the most prettiest, and they're most definitely 9 times out of 10 gonna choose the white girl.
Yeah, not gonna pick you.
They're gonna choose the white girl. Something
a little small I want to touch on that, like with like obviously, like, love our black queens. Like, yes, have them get all the fucking jobs, like, bitch, per.
Yeah.
At the same time, like you said, it's a whole image of, like, what we look like. And it's, like, the darker skin with the shaved head. So it's, like, you can literally be the prettiest girl in the building. But it's, like, if you're not fit to their specific criteria, I don't want brown, I want darker brown. Yeah. It's, like, then it's, like, you're missing out on all these different things. And no one even really thinks that that's a whole situation or a problem, but it's like going in and like actually being in the field, like you realize it's a big problem. It's very large.
It's huge.
If I can, I wasn't always gonna do music. I was going to be in modeling, but I have noticed if you are not racially ambiguous or racially ambiguous looking or darker complected, you cannot be mid. You cannot be mid.
There's no middle. It's either you're really light or you're really dark.
Exactly.
Anything in between is not accepted.
Yeah.
Same thing with...
Sarah's screaming, crying, and throwing up. She's screaming, crying, and throwing up.
Yeah, no. Same thing with weight. All of that. Everything. You can be middleweight. You can't be none of that.
Yeah.
It's just...
You have to be bone stick. Like bone stick.
It's just the categories. Either you're bony... No offense, but it's like that's how they see it. You're either bony or you're a plus size model. You cannot be in between.
There's nothing in between, which is not realistic at all because there's so many different ranges of bodies.
Everyone else is in between.
Yes. Like there's been times like I've went like to modeling agencies and like there would be like white girls in there that were like thicker than like a little bit thicker than me because obviously like I have a natural like slim shape, slim figure. But they would tell me that I need to be skinnier. And I'm like, bro, I'm already like 140 pounds. Like, if I'm skinnier, I'm going to look fucking sick. I'm like, and there's like white girls in here that like are like 160 and you guys are fucking taking this. So why do y'all want me to be fucking bony?
Exactly.
Like, what's the real fucking tea?
Oh, and I'll tell you why. Because those girls are going to starve themselves, do whatever they need to do to conform to those standards. And that's just something that we don't do.
Yeah.
We naturally just
whole industry problem in itself.
Like that's something that I personally am not gonna do.
Yes, like
I love my Dave's hot chicken.
Period.
Dave's hot chicken.
I'm not cutting the Dave's hot chicken out just to be on the Prada magazine.
None of that.
I'm sorry.
Right.
None of that.
Especially when you can get to the Prada magazine.
Eating Dave's hot chicken. What?
That's when they get into it. Exactly.
No, literally like tapping back into like having like them watching us from afar and then taking our shit. Like they see us being our normal selves, like not conforming, and they take our style, but they put it on smaller models that don't look like us.
Let's talk about it. The culture. They take our culture but don't want us in the industry. How does that fucking work? How does that work?
We literally shape 90% of
90?
everything.
Give it all. Give it all. 98.
You gotta leave those 2%.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
98. 98% of the shit, and it's not even like, oh, we created everything. Like, I know that there's so many different things that have affected so many different things. You feel me? I get it, but like, let's be real. The receipts are there. Need I say more?
They're fucking there. Exactly. Like, if you really do your research, they're fucking there, and it's easily shown. Like, they take so much from black women, and then like, it's like they take so much from us, but then they don't give us no credit, and they don't want us in the industry. And that's in most industries: the music industry, the fashion industry, the model industry, the makeup industry, the hair industry. Like, literally, they take so much from our culture. But then when we do it, what are we considered? Ghetto.
We're ghetto.
Oh, those nails? Ghetto.
Oh, the nails.
Oh, but with Kylie,
the fucking bitch,
everything.
Ghetto.
let Kylie do it though, and it's a look.
It's
giving.
Couture. It's
It's
couture.
giving.
TikTok.
It's is giving expensive. Expensive. Ghetto who? Yeah, I literally can't with that. I literally can't with that.
Let's really get into the fucking tea.
No, for real. Okay, so personally, I really want to talk about this topic because I definitely need some advice. Clearly, how do you guys balance like being in a relationship with also like chasing your passions?
You don't. No, I'm just playing.
I'm
Clearly.
serious about that because.
Okay.
Maybe someone else to go.
Okay.
She said, I'm about to say some shit that's going to give me a job.
Okay.
Give me the answer to that
Let
question.
me not name drop real quick.
Say it again.
So how do you balance like your career with your mental health and also like having a relationship on the side?
This is gonna sound so like shut up, but with somebody who understands. No, but I mean like you really know. But it's like you really have to find. If you're a creative, I'll say this: it's easier to be a creative and date a creative. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Because they get it. If you can't talk, you can't talk.
Yeah.
If you got something to do, you got something to do.
Facts.
But then also creatives understand how important mental health is because we go through the most shit.
Yeah.
So
And we express it through our creative
exactly. So
passions.
it's like, look, for a second,
Yeah.
I just think that just date someone who is either on the same mind space as you spiritually,
same wavelength.
But then also, if not that, just date somebody in the same field because either way, there will be an understanding.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to piggyback off of that. I couldn't agree more. I feel like definitely yeah, no, let me not get into this because I want to get messy. I want to get messy. Go ahead, India.
Like, I was just thinking about this earlier because I had a feeling that this question would be asked. Like, especially because I've experienced being in a relationship with somebody who doesn't understand like the lifestyle. And I just want to say, like, for anybody who's like listening to this right now and you're like in this field and you're a creative, like I highly recommend to not get in a relationship with someone who either is not in the field or doesn't understand the lifestyle because it'll literally
eat you alive.
It'll eat you alive and it'll kill your creativity too because you feel like you have to stop what you're doing that makes you happy just to make them happy.
100%.
Just to make them happy. And like it'll literally kill your fucking creativity. Like you really have to be with someone who understands the lifestyle because there's no way you finna be doing what you have to be doing and they're like, it's like they need so much attention from you, but they don't realize like how important and the strive and the determination and the ambition that you have about like your creativeness because they don't live like that. So they don't get it. That's why you have to really date someone who's in this field and understands like the life. For real. Because if they're not in that life, they're not going to understand whatsoever. And they're going to think what you're saying is bullshit because they just don't get it. Like
Exactly.
imagine if you're a creative and you're dating a doctor and they're telling you all this stuff and whatever. You're not going to understand what they're saying because you don't live that life that they live. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I did open heart surgery. You're like,
Oh my God.
That's cute.
Definitely. And I think that also it just creates problems because like, for instance, me, I was on set for 2 days. Each day I was on set for like 12 plus hours. And it's just kind of like, damn, where do you really find the time to kind of like spend time with your significant other when they have a 9 to 5, you're on set for 12 hours in a day. By the time we both get home to lay down, it's cut the cameras. Like we're both going to sleep. So I think sometimes like when you're creative and you're not dating someone who either understands or are in the same field, it just kind of creates a little bit of a divide because like you're giving all of your time and energy on set and like doing all these different things. And they don't understand that because they're clocking in, at a 9 to 5.
They're just in this relationship and they're looking for like attention 24/7, but they're not realizing like
that you're not capable.
And I have to work every day.
If it's not like you're doing all these creative things to like, let's say like you're just doing like as a hobby, but like even if they don't understand like it's just a hobby, like you're getting all of your frustration, all of your anger, like everything you're feeling out through what you're creating, like whether it's through music, fashion, makeup, modeling, anything you're doing, like. It's like a therapy.
Yeah.
So it's like if they're shitting on your therapy, you start to feel insecure. And you're like, oh shit, like, should I not be doing this? Like, am I doing too much?
Right.
And it's like, no, bitch, live your life to the fullest.
You're doing just enough.
Never
You're
doing
doing just
much.
enough.
Never doing too much. Always just enough.
You are never doing enough. They just do less.
Exactly.
Less. You can't be with somebody who do less. If you do a lot.
On your level or above you.
You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a fit cam?
Oh, God.
Okay. Because I want to talk about everybody's style influences right now. So I'm going to go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, y'all can't hear me?
No, it just sounds better.
Oh.
Period. Okay. So I guess I'll start over here. Who's like your biggest fashion inspiration? Facts.
You know what? This is gonna be so corny.
Here we go.
Yes.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I genuinely don't look up to people.
Yeah.
I don't.
No
I
idols.
don't. I don't find inspiration in a lot of people because I don't resonate with a lot of people or
Yeah.
relate to a lot of people.
Facts.
And I think we came up together since 7th grade, and it's always been like, wear my shirt, wear this shirt. It's always been the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me stop before we go.
Exactly. It's just male and female, but sometimes we blur the line between the two. So if somebody
100%.
really did inspire me, it's her. That's it.
Aw, that's so cute. Just me and my twin in it.
No.
Okay, like for me, you know what's crazy? Because a lot of people ask me this because, to be honest, I don't even know. Like, people view my style as so different. Like, I just be doing me. Like, and most of the time I make my clothes. That's another thing. Like, I make the shit that I wear. I rarely ever buy clothes. And if I do buy clothes, I buy them and I like cut them up and make them into something different. So it's like I would say like my inspiration, it's like a host of different things. There's not like this one person that I just look up to. It's like a host of different things. It's a host of different eras. There's different people in my life. It's music. Music gives me inspiration. Like, I don't even have to like look at something specifically. I can like listen to a song and whatever that song makes me feel like will determine what I put on. I don't have to necessarily see something. It's something that I feel like in like my spirit. Like, if that makes sense. Like, you know,
No,
like
definitely.
it's not like a specific like trend, because I feel like I could dress in any style and make it
100%.
like mine. You know what I'm saying?
Put your
Like,
little twist on it.
yeah, so I would say like my inspiration comes from everything. Like, literally, like I can get inspired by being in nature. And it'll make me want to like make this crazy like nature dress, like literally something like that. Like, you know, that's just how I operate.
I mean, I guess it's me now.
Yeah.
I mean, I relate to you so much. I feel like it's the same. Like, there's no one person or one idol that I feel like I honestly don't idolize anyone. Because, like, growing up in my crazy-ass life, I feel like you first idolize your parents, and then when you figure out they're just humans trying to figure shit out, too, you're like,
Facts.
oh, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I mean,
We on the same wavelength.
no, literally. But I feel like I get a lot of my inspiration just from my friends. A lot of my friends that I hang out with dress like very alternative and very just like out of the box. So I like to take inspiration from them. Prime example, my friend Salem. She's fucking amazing. Like, literally like all of her clothes, she like thrifts and like she just makes literally something out of nothing.
That's
and
fire.
just the way she puts it together, I'm like, girl, you should have had your own show like That's So Raven, because bitch, what the fuck?
Period.
But
We
no,
love it.
she's amazing. But
We love
just
it.
Friends, seeing people run the streets, I'm like, wow, that's cute. I'm gonna try to do something like that. Like,
Yeah.
random as fuck, you know?
Yeah,
No,
very random.
it's actually like so insane because I've really noticed one of the main things that has been inspiring me fashion wise for like a couple years now is my mood and my emotions. Like right now I'm sad, and genuinely I didn't think about that and then be like, I'm sad, so I'm gonna wear black. It's just like, if I'm happy, I'm wearing a lot of color. If I'm sad, I'm wearing all black. If I'm feeling like kind of groggy, you know, like my moods and my emotions really reflect like what I'm wearing, as well as like I love looking at furniture and like home decor. It's a weird thing, but I get a lot of inspiration from there as well, because if you look from like 70s home decor and stuff, there's like
Different
so many
colors
different
and
colors.
textures,
Yeah,
yeah.
and textures, mostly for like textures and stuff. Like I feel like home decor is so fucking fire because like you could really pull a lot of inspiration from there. So those are two places where I've been like pulling inspo from
Never thought
a
of
lot.
that.
No,
Good.
definitely like looking at old magazines and shit, like home decor magazines, or literally just searching it up on Google. Like you'll see the craziest prints, the craziest color combos
Like
that you would
wallpaper
never.
match, like, splashes
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
couch.
like you would never even think these two colors go together, but somebody threw it together onto fucking
wow,
on a
cool.
wall, and
You're
it's
like,
a
Yeah.
you can do a thing like that.
yeah, it's like a vibe.
Okay.
So it's just crazy. Like with fashion, you can literally take inspiration from absolutely any and everything. And I think that's what's so beautiful about it. It's kind of like that medium of art where like literally the bounds are endless. It doesn't matter like what the fuck you're looking at, I can create a fit. I can look at that and be inspired and be like, damn, this white wall, bet there's little texture on there. Cool. All right, bet, and build a fit. Like, so yeah, that's been like my main thing lately is just like my moods, my emotions, and like home decor and like furniture. It's weird, but
I like that.
it's fire. I highly recommend it if you're definitely looking to like build fits or just look for like
some
new
inspiration.
color,
Some
new color
magazines.
combos, new texture combos.
Get some
like,
magazines,
Looking
y'all.
at home decor
Get
is
'em.
fire. Get those magazines for sure.
From the thrift.
From the thrift.
I'm the mediator. All right, so when did you guys kind of realize you wanted to be in the industry that you're in? So when did you realize you kind of wanted to, model a little bit, get into the fashion industry?
Well, actually, when I first moved to LA from Maryland, I was probably about like 9-10 years old. And initially, I was watching a lot of TV, so I was like, oh, I want to be an actor, I want to be in front of the camera. And like, I did acting classes for a while, and I was like, I don't really want to do this. My social anxiety can't take it. So I was like, I'm gonna just like stand there and like, the way I was like grew up, like my body kind of slimmed down to like model status, I guess. So like everyone told me like, oh my God, you're so tall and skinny, like you should be a model, So like I kind of like sought it out. Is that the right word? And then with makeup, my sister, she used to work for MAC, so she'd literally have to wear a full face of makeup every day going to work. So I'd literally just watch her before like school. She'd like have to like get ready, and I'd like watch her do full faces. And from that, I just kind of like she literally gave me my first makeup kit like when I was probably like 12 or 13 years old. She gave me like eyeliner, mascara. She's like, there you go, your kit, that's it. And then from there, I just kind of like blossomed, like seeing everyone on Instagram and like, again, all these different like takes. I can like literally seeing people walk the streets. I'm like, oh my God, like her gems or like her eyeliner or like random ass shit. Like people doing like crazy ass things on their face. And I'm just like, wow, I can take inspiration from this. Like I want to try something like that and like make it my own. So like, basically just that family and like
That's fire.
LA.
I thought you were gonna go. Okay, well, I kind of knew that I've always wanted to be in fashion, but I'll tell like a little backstory about it and like with modeling. So like when I was really younger, like I used to get bullied like a lot, like crazy, like for my skin color, because I was tall, because I was skinny, because I had a gap. Like they found like every little excuse to like make fun of me, And I always felt like I didn't fit in like all the time. Obviously just from being bullied and like physically, I feel like I didn't fit in. And like I've always wanted to like be somewhere where I feel like I belonged, like AKA like with tall women.
Yeah.
And then people, it was so weird because then I would go to school and people would call me ugly. But then I would go out in public and I would
Like,
go
oh my
with
God, you're so
family, and people were
beautiful.
Like, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, bro, I'm confused.
Ugly or hot as
You're
fuck?
like,
Somebody tell me now.
Am I ugly or am I pretty? Like, which one? And
Which
then,
one?
I would go out in public and people would always ask me, like, do you model? Like, you should model. And then I was like, maybe I should model. Like, maybe I really should model. And then I kind of realized, like, being around those type of women that are like tall and slender, like it made me feel like I fit in, because I've never felt like I had fit in my whole entire life. And that's why I was like, okay, like I really feel like this is for me. So that's kind of what it was like with modeling. And then for fashion, like my aunt, she used to go to FITM in downtown LA.
Yeah.
Out here, and she had like these sewing machines, and she would always like make clothes all of the time. And I've always liked fashion. Like I love being cute. Like I love putting clothes together and being cute. And like just from watching her inspired me in general. And then when she finally like let it go, she gave me all her old sewing machines, and I just started like making clothes. And like literally like that's how I formed my whole clothing brand. Like I literally just started making clothes in my room, and I was like, oh wait, I really want to do this shit. And then I just started doing it. But like modeling, like originally that the thought of like wanting to do that started very, very young. So like to even be doing it now is actually like a blessing. Like dang, like I'm that girl that I used to want to be when I was a little girl.
Piggybacking on that real quick, if you were young as fuck and people were bullying you from being tall or big or just being yourself and like literally just being confident in yourself, fuck them. Tell them to kick the bricks, bro. Like, literally just know, like, you're going to surpass them in your confidence and, like, what you create. So be yourself unapologetically and authentic as fuck, because that's literally how you become someone and build yourself. So be yourself. Don't let anyone talk shit about you, basically.
I think kind of what you said, being in school, being bullied like really bad, but then also bullies showing up in messages.
The hot tea. They're pulling up in the DMs. They're in the DMs.
Yeah, no facts.
Bullies bullying you and then showing up later in your messages.
Knock, knock.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, you look amazing, sweetie. You're like, ha, bitch, eat shit.
Literally. No, that ass though.
It was like a, damn, Aaron, what are you gonna do? Because I felt like when I was in high school, I had too much creativity. I had too much energy. I had too much confidence.
For all these bland-ass people around you.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it till after because you're getting bullied for all the shit that you're literally inspired by. And that's fucking crazy because the people who are bullied the most literally come out and be fucking superstars out of high school. And it's like, yeah, I was bullied. It's like, how? But it's like, no, you realize that, like, if you are different from the norm and you are confident in yourself and you're creative and you have literally just a sense of yourself, people are like, oh, you're not following the sheep? Uh-oh. Anyways,
Yeah.
fucking all this shit. Like, let me bash you and make you feel terrible about yourself. Like,
No, definitely.
what is that?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I can't say that I was like bullied or anything when I was younger, but I definitely wasn't, the cool kid or anything. Like, I always liked fashion. I won't say I was always Mrs. Put It On. I would not always say that I was Mrs. Put It On. And, I was throwing fits and breaking necks my whole life, but I definitely did want to do fashion. I grew up watching my mom be Mrs. Put It On. To this day, I still take shit from her closet. Like, literally won best dress in high school, like, insane. So she was always my inspiration. I knew that I wanted to get into fashion, but I didn't really start to seriously pursue it because it started to seem very unrealistic to me, and everyone told me it was very unrealistic. So I tried to take like the conventional route and go to school. And once I did that, I realized I was just like, honestly, I'm just gonna be in debt at the end of this, and I'm not even gonna be doing what the fuck that I genuinely want to be doing. So I said, fuck school. Dropped out of whatever the fuck that was, and then I ended up getting an internship at my current job now at a manufacturing warehouse, and the rest is history.
Purr. Big purr.
Oh, my girl's making me slobber.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah, cause this open face one.
I was like, ooh. You okay?
Sorry, guys. This shit still feels weird because it's my new girl. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, period. Oh, I know. Yeah, you did this, Nick. You did this.
Purr. Shout out to Nick.
Okay, big purr.
This fucking amazing ass person.
Boom.
Love you, Nick.
So, really quickly, this is actually a really good one. I actually am very excited to hear you guys' input on this because you guys are very intellectual beings. How important do you feel it is for like all of these major artists, designers, whatever, however it resonates with you, whatever your industry is? How important do you think it is for them to kind of like send a positive message or, implement positivity back into the communities? Because like every time, for instance, literally who was on there was just some fucking beef and somebody was like, it's not their responsibility to be the role model. But then it's like, the other person's like, yes, it is. You have millions of followers. Like, there's kids and stuff in here. Like, you need to be a role model.
The voice.
So, because that's just what I imagine. So it's like, what's you guys' thoughts on that? Because eventually we all gonna be up, and that's gonna be the conversation that people are gonna have to say to us, like, oh, you're doing this, and you know that this is what your fan base is. Like, how do you feel about that?
Okay, so quick thing, because I have some, you want to go. I feel like at the same time, you do have a large platform. You should keep in mind what you post. You shouldn't be posting, like, if you have, not even setting the criteria at 1 million, but like if you have like over like 100,000 or something followers, like you shouldn't be posting like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do drugs and I'm gonna be drinking all the time, and like, even if you are just living your life, like you don't have to post it, because you have to keep in mind there are people who are not your age who don't know what you do and don't know what that is, who are like, oh, this is someone that I follow, that I idolize, like I like what they post, so like maybe I'm gonna try what they do because they like it, so like let me try to like it, just to try to be in the shits, with the shits, with that person. But it's like at the same time, you can't idolize people who have a big platform because they're just humans. Everyone's just humans trying to figure out their shit. So you can't really be like, this person made my child smoke weed. Because it's like at the end of the day, your child is their own person. So it's like they can see their idol smoking weed and be like, oh, they're smoking weed, oh my God, yeah, and not do it. That's their choice not to do it.
Period.
So just keep that in mind. Don't idolize people. Don't, because everyone's just human. Like, you can take inspiration, but don't idolize anyone. That's not a smart thing to do.
Period.
Yeah. I'm conflicted because I feel like it depends on your area of the internet. It depends on the audience. Like, if you know you have a young audience and you're trying to grow up, it's going to be a lot harder to get your audience to grow up with you, especially if some kids are way under, some kids are mid, you know?
Prime example, JoJo Siwa.
Exactly.
She's like, what, 16, 17 years old?
Yeah.
I feel like with being somebody with a platform, you need to be very vocal. There's never a time to be silent.
Yeah.
Ever a time to be silent, even if it's about something you're doing, about something someone you know is doing. Because when you're someone of stature, you have friends of stature as well.
100%.
So yeah. To my
You can
followers,
influence what they do.
Yeah, I know y'all seen my friend, but to my younger followers, watch yourself. Like, you know, I feel like there's always a time to speak. There's never a time to be mute, especially if you know, like I said, you have younger people watching you all the time. Even like out on the street, like today, kids staring at the both of us, kind of like watching our movements. You just, when being in the public eye, you do have to be very mindful, even if it gets annoying. But then it's like, you can't not live your life, but just be careful.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Dang, you guys kind of covered everything I was gonna say. But like, wait, can you say the question again?
So, like, how important do you feel like for like any big artist or designer or whatever, like however it resonates with you, to like spread a positive message or like be a good influence on people, if that makes sense?
I would most definitely say that it most definitely depends on who your audience is, or like who majority of your audience is. Because yeah, like if you know that, well, and it also depends on who you're targeting. Because if you're targeting young people, then most definitely you should be watching what the fuck you're doing. Because like these are little kids and they're looking up to you. And what do we do when we look up to people? We
Follow them.
We follow them. So it's like, but if like obviously, like for example, like let's say like with these rappers, you know.
I was literally gonna, when the first question popped up, I was like, look,
Rappers. Perks.
Stick and lean.
Yeah.
Type of shit, right? And then there's like these little boys, like, and like, you know, again, like how I be skateboarding and shit. Like sometimes I'll be at the skate park and like it's these little boys. Like, and when I say little boys, like they're like
Kids.
12 and younger,
Babies.
and they're popping perks.
Yeah.
Sipping lean, because they're listening to these rappers, and it's like at the end of the day, like it's like, yes, it's not necessarily these rappers' fault, because it's like obviously they're not targeting that to little kids.
Yeah.
Little kids listen to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of hard, and it's kind of like it is conflicting, because it's like
what line do you draw where it's not their fault?
Yeah.
So rapping about popping perks and sipping lean is making them money, but little kids they're so big that little kids have access to listen to what they're talking about, you know. So I just feel like it's kind of conflicting. It's like it's in limbo. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard. Like literally, that's why you just really have to watch what you do if you're a person who has a lot of eyes on you. So
No, 100%. How do we even feel about the drug epidemic too? Because I feel like we don't really talk about that a lot. We've been talking about the pandemic and stuff, but I've literally lost like 2 to 4 friends.
Yeah, same.
From drug overdoses, like in the past
Couple
2 months.
Yeah.
So how do we feel about that? What are some things that we want to do to like move forward to encourage our community to maybe slow down on that?
This is a very personal topic right now. I think for starters, people who are, like we just said, popping perks, sipping lean, you know, I feel like they have like music and like influencers, they have an impact on people who don't do those things, and some people react to them better than others.
Yeah.
But some people have better control than others. And I think moving forward, which is so like, you gotta be really hopeful to say this, but I think it's just like, dude, if you know someone isn't doing that, or if you don't know someone, don't offer it.
Yeah.
I feel like do what you do on your own terms. Read a room. Because I've been in a lot of places, such as environments like this, where it's like, hey, you want this? And I turn over and people are cut and coat. Like, No.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think you just need to, like I said, with being an influencer and having a platform. Same with drugs. Be mindful. Be mindful, but then also as someone who could be a consumer, be careful.
Yeah,
And
100%.
Even if you don't have a platform, like, even if it's annoying to be that one friend, like, be that one friend. Like, you never know when that could save someone's life.
Yeah.
You literally never know. Like, and people are gonna do drugs.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
100%.
At the
No-
same
nothing wrong with
time, you have to realize, like, even if you don't want to be like the mom of the group, like, you have to take care of yourself, but also realize when your friend isn't doing that well and they're like dipping into their drugs like a little too often, and you're like, okay, like, come on, like, I understand we're having a good time, we're all just chilling, but like, enough is enough. Like, we don't want anything to happen. Like you said, like, you can say a million times, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, but like, they're gonna do it if they want to do it. So you have to be that person to be like, okay, you're gonna do it, but be safe about what you do, because at the same time, weed, I guess, but like, no drug is safe. So it's like, no drug is safe.
Not even weed. Not even weed.
No, they be lacing that shit.
Yeah, not even weed.
And let me tell y'all something. Y'all need. Yeah, I hope you're watching it.
Oh, okay. We getting petty during this.
A little dirty.
Y'all need to make sure that you know what is in whatever you're taking, because people be lacing shit.
Anything.
Like, please
And we'll give
be.
it to you and not-
And they will give it to you, and they will not say.
They're trying to make
That
a quick
has
buck,
happened
honey.
to me. That has happened to me. I am a victim of it. So please be careful. And it was happening to me for a very long time, and I just recently found out 3 days ago.
You know how?
And that's the fucking tea. So really be so careful. Like, when I say I'm being so serious, like, be careful. You, at the end of the day, you cannot trust nobody when it comes to drugs. Like,
No.
be careful. Like, please.
Because sometimes,
Yes.
even if you think you can trust your significant other, they could just be like, oh, I think I trust this person, and you don't fucking know them.
They may
Like,
not even know, and
Yeah.
that's really the issue. Sometimes
like-
people don't even know. Like, sometimes people won't even know themselves what's in their own drugs and shit. That's really the issue. These plugs and shit are not even the real plugs. They're getting
trying
it
to
from
make a
somewhere
quick buck.
else.
They're trying to make a quick buck.
They be laced, and they be selling to people. And they
Not
be
even knowing
killing
half the
people.
time.
They be killing people.
Don't even fucking know.
They be fucking selling Xans that be laced with fucking
Fentanyl,
and
bro.
be killing people. That literally just
seen a
happened.
post earlier about the highest, like, the death rate.
Yes.
No, yeah.
It's
Fentanyl
literally,
is really high right now. You
it's
gotta be really fucking
insane.
careful.
People.
And that's why overall you would just want to be like, don't do it, because you don't even, these days you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know, and you would rather be safe than
Than
sorry.
sorry.
And in your
No, definitely.
I want to be in a casket right now.
Damn.
I'm trying to make some money.
I didn't even mean to get that deep. I'm sorry, 500 DOD TV. I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I don't know if we
Please
should
put a
put that
trigger
in there.
At the end of the day, this is real. This is real life.
It might be scary, but it's fucking life, so you better pay attention, bitch.
And I'm pretty sure
That's
every
crazy.
single person that's listening knows somebody who's going through this right now. So
No, yeah. Check on your friends, bro. That's really what it leads back to. Check on your friends.
check on it.
Because you never know when they're not going to be there, and you never know when you're not going to be there.
And not just, oh, hey, how are you? And they ask how you're doing, and you spill all your tea and don't ask about them. No. Ask how they're fucking doing. Make sure that they're in a good spot. And if they're not, figure out a way to make them in a better spot. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what they're going through. Even if they don't want to tell you, they might not even tell you everything. They might say that they're telling you everything and might not say everything. And you just got to be there. Just be a good friend.
Because sometimes even if
But also, real quick. Even if they don't tell you anything, know that they're thinking about the fact that you asked them.
Oh, yeah.
so you smart.
Period.
Same
Clearly
mind.
they've been friends
Great
for a long time.
minds, great minds, think alike.
It helps.
It does.
Ask. Talk to your
Ask. Reach out to your friends.
Because the more you reach out, like, they'll remember, and when they really need somebody, they're gonna come back to you. So it's like just always make them feel cared about, even if, like, because most of the time people are not gonna really tell you their business. They're really not.
No
So
facts.
the more that you reach out, like, they're gonna remember those people who reached out to them, and you're gonna want to be that person to be able to save them. You know?
Because you never know if they like what they told you was the most they've ever told anyone, and then like you're their comfortable space to go to. Because like, bro, life moves too fucking fast. Like,
You can
we,
think.
yeah, everyone needs to just take a breath, breathe, reach out to all your friends, make sure they're okay, like, schedule your shit. But life moves too fast. Please just take a breath, be a good friend, basically.
Nah, for real. What are some of the pros and cons of like each industry that we're in? So do you want to start like on some of the pros and cons that you face like in the music industry? I know you've just gotten into it, but what are some things that like you like and dislike so far just based upon like your experience?
Okay. Pros, it's like people like you. You can sing. When they find out, when they hear you, when, you know?
Yeah.
I guess those are the pros. There are more cons than pros, unfortunately, for me and the person that I am. I would say a lot of the cons are like, for me, I can't speak for everyone, but it's like they see you and it's like, do you really do music? Can you really sing?
Yeah.
Or it's like, okay, as far as like collaborations, we'll use what you say because it's good, but nobody's gonna know that it was you.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know you wrote this. Sorry, no one's gonna know that's your voice. And
Yeah.
that's happened a lot recently. But a lot of people.
T.
Oh yeah, like that freaking Kanye West album. He had that whole girl like as a little like interlude in his fucking thing. No credit, no nothing. And then she found it like 4 weeks later after just randomly listening to the thing. Like, oh shit, this is me.
I'm on the
And it was
floor.
like, wait, what? Where's my money?
I
like,
can't.
That's so trash. That's
Who
so
brought me my
trash.
money?
I can't imagine like having your whole song stolen by someone like Kanye West. And what are you gonna do? Sue him?
Not a damn
You
thing.
just sit there and be like, oh yay, people have heard me.
Yeah.
Where's my recognition? Where's my money? Where's like everything else? Like, okay, for sure, but
But if you
Yeah,
want
no.
pros, but they're personal pros. It's like, I feel like with me making music, it was a lot of realizations, a lot of healing, like a lot of healing. With being the type of artist I am, I can't sing about anything if it's not true.
yeah.
And so that leaves me to basically do shadow work and just think
Constantly.
about everything. And I think it helped a lot. That's a big pro, just being able to heal and be like, I sung about that and that shit happened.
Yeah.
And it sounded good.
Having that release and just a way to express like all of your feelings and emotions.
Healing. Someone who makes music, healing is a big pro.
Turning your pain into profit, literally.
Oh, I'm next. So I guess I would say the pros and cons. The pros and cons when it comes to, I would say the fashion industry and like having my own like clothing brand and stuff like that. Like the pros is obviously like it's amazing because I love making clothes. Like I love it. Like it's like my therapy. Like you were saying earlier. Like there would be times I would sit up in my room until like 4 a.m. just making clothes. Like and would not give a fuck. Like I would be up, you know, just doing that because it brings me happiness. And then it's the cons of like let's talk about like the fact that so many clothing brands are doing so many of like everybody's so fucking similar now. Like it seems like nobody's like different. Everybody's just like copying and pasting off each other. And like I would say that's kind of the cons for me because I like I want to see different shit. Like have you guys noticed that like it's like one trend comes out and then everybody just wants to be on
All the brands, yeah.
And it's like literally exact though.
like fucking clones. Like you guys everybody's literally fucking
And it's like,
clones.
okay, I can get this shirt off Shein, but I can get this from Gucci for $1,000. Look exactly the fucking same. And it's like, okay.
Exactly, like, and oh yeah, see that's another thing, like pricing and stuff, and like this like fast fashion. Like I would say that is a con. Like I don't like I would say the rules of like the fashion industry. Like certain things have to be like ridiculous, or like how you be dressing. Like if you get some, like how you said, it would be something that's on Gucci or like something that's on Shein. They look the same, but if somebody got it off Shein, they're fucking made fun of for getting it off
Yeah.
Shein. It's like, nigga, my shit looks the same.
Exactly.
What's yours?
And to be honest,
It's literally just the fucking price tag, bitch.
you paid $2,000 for it, you stupid bitch.
Doing all this extra stuff, you stupid bitch.
You doing the most for real. And it's your mad because I bought it off Shein and I look better.
$16.
So per.
Like I just don't like the fast fashion. I think that's most definitely like that's a con, not a pro, a con. But like the pros of it is just the creativity, like that people are able to literally express who they are by the way that they dress or the things that they make. And I feel like that resonates with me in general. Like I love representing who I am or how I'm feeling that day, literally by how I dress or how I do my makeup that day, how I do my hair that day. And I consider that like all fashion. Like that's just all like representing who you are, you know?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
literally wearing yourself on your sleeve, like.
Literally.
Con is these fucking like, what is it called? These like high fashion brands, like for example Gucci and like all of this shit that people are doing, and it's like, how do I put this in the right words? It's like if you're not spending that much money on clothes, like people don't consider you like
That you can dress, or like that you're a
dress,
designer, you're a fashion, like that you
it's like
know,
literally,
like quality.
Right, and like how you were saying about your friend, like people can literally go to the thrift store and cop the flyest fit, the flyest fit. But if somebody has on like all Gucci, they gonna get more.
It's like, oh shit, they got on they dripped out, like shit. But it's like, but you know damn well my fit looks better than yours because you just got a whole bunch of G's on you, like, all right,
A whole bunch of G's on
like,
you.
all right, for sure.
Ugly ass letter.
Ugly ass letter. Fuck a G.
Fuck a G for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, like what? You wanna go next, babe?
Okay, well, pros and cons. I feel like I'm in the makeup industry, but not really. Kind of like dipping in, but pros, definitely just a place to express yourself where you can just literally put whatever the fuck, like literally just paint your face, like whatever you want. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing today. I was like, okay, I have to get ready for this interview. Like, I'm just gonna try to be my most authentic self. Like, I don't know what's gonna come when I sit down in front of the mirror. So then I like found this inspiration and started kind of just going off. And I think that's like where you find peace. Like you can, like you said, like not totally copy, but like take little inspirations, like just make it your own and like take something and just, I don't even know, just creating is just so therapeutic and beautiful. Like
Yeah.
to be able to take all your frustration out and make something beautiful is just so like kind of like a end of a story. It's
Yeah.
like perfect closer. Like going through all this shit in my life, so trash. I'm gonna sit down and spew something out. And it's like, oh wow, that looks good. Look what I did when I was fucked up.
No,
Nice.
exactly. Yeah, it's
Literally.
fire.
So, good pros. Cons, I would say it's very hard because I'm, I do it too. But when you create something that's your own and it's literally like you didn't find inspiration from anyone else, and it's like, okay, I did like this crazy eyeliner look. You post it, someone else sees it, and they can do it and have like millions of followers. And it's like, I did it, and it's like, but you
Yeah.
did it though. Like it was mine. Like I had
Yeah.
this idea in my head. I did all these crazy lines and gems and all this shit. And it's like you can't really be mad at it. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like it is what it is. But just be yourself unapologetically, and if people find inspiration from you, take it as a fucking compliment. And just keep doing you.
No, 100%. I feel like, I guess I'll start with the negative because I don't know. I feel like one of the biggest cons that I've personally faced in the fashion industry is really just that people sometimes don't take me seriously because I'm only 21 motherfucking years old and I'm doing a lot. Like a lot of people, I started really getting serious when I was like 19 and doing some really big shit and like working on some really big projects. So sometimes when I'll step on to not even just sets, but just like anything that I'm doing in the fashion realm and people are like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, 20. You're 20?
They laugh it off.
Yeah, they're like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Like, really? That's how old you are?
The funny thing
And you're
about-
here
the
with me?
Exactly. The funny thing about it is, it's like same thing when you're like, probably not even in this field. Say you're like working at Target or something, and it's like, okay, you have this cashier right next to you, literally doing the same exact job. This thing is 50 years old.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm just out of high school, and you're still working at Target. Like, I'm not even trying to like put
you down, but-
not even trying to put like people like that down. But it's like, believe in yourself more. Like you can do more than just work at Target. You know, like whatever you strive for, like you can fucking do it as long as you believe in yourself. And like even if you don't have the supportive system, like be your own support system. Have your friends. You know, like
No facts.
Go strive for what the fuck you want to do. Reach for the fucking stars. Like you can fucking do it. And it's like if people are telling you you can't, it's because you're doing it right. And you're doing better than them. And they're like, oh shit.
That's a bar.
Because
That's a bar.
You that you can't, you doing it right.
That's a bar.
seriously.
That's a bar, for real.
Because it's like if you're same exact thing. Oh, I'm gonna gatekeep this because you're gonna surpass me. Like we can all eat.
We can all eat easily.
Even if you're better at me than this, okay, I'm gonna find something else and be better at you than that. Like there's so many things to do. Like not everyone has to be. It's just I can't.
It's the competition for me. And that's going to bring me next to my next con. It's
con.
I like a little friendly competition. Don't get me wrong, I'm competitive. But I also feel like sometimes there's just like actual animosity and shit behind the competition that makes this industry super fucking annoying. Like I said earlier, we can all eat, like, there's so many different we're in LA, bro. We're 21.
Of opportunity.
20, like, so much life to live, so many opportunities. So sometimes it's just really disheartening when, like, people try to be on some weird type of competitive time with you or, like, try to act like they're so much better than you in this industry. Some of the pros is simply just being able to do all the cool shit that I do, like being able to be on a fucking set. Yeah. Like, I can't even disclose where I was just at, but, man, if I fucking told you, like, you wouldn't even fucking believe it. Like, literally sitting there talking to a person that I've listened to my entire life, seen him in concert and some more shit, and now I'm literally making clothes for you on a video set. Like, it's literally insane. So it's just so crazy how, like, your passion and your art can put you in these places where you feel like you can only, it's like a fever dream. Mm-hmm. Like, literally puts you in these places that
live your fucking
you can
dream,
never,
reach for the stars.
ever imagine.
You can fucking make it. You can fucking make it, I'm telling you. Like,
not for real. Like,
as long as you
insane.
keep going and you're 100% sure about what you want to do, you can fucking make it. Like, because with that comes the strive, the like, what is it? The hustle to, like, okay, I want to do this. How do I get there? And you're constantly trying to figure out ways to get there. Okay, let me mediate with these people. Let me network. Let me post my thing here. Just always trying to figure out ways to get yourself better. And it's like, if you don't have that one thing that you're super passionate about, you're kind of just all over the place. And it's like, that's okay, too. It takes time to get there, but when you have that thing, fucking go for it. Like, sprint to the finish line, bitch, I swear. Like, sprint. There's gonna be people trying to fucking trip you, like, but you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going, because you never know when the person who's trying to trip you is gonna be your fucking family or anyone.
Man.
So, like,
or maybe your boyfriend of 2 years.
The name drop.
For real.
Tea is hot, boiling.
I'm really not over it. I really want some of this footage to go in there, too. I really fucking hate it. No, really, for real. Don't even get me started.
You're like, please.
But, all right. You want to keep going, or should we exit it out? Big period. Big period. Welcome to the green couch, the casting couch.
Oh, not the casting couch.
No, I'm playing. What segment of 500 DOD is this? Is it just like 500 DOD TV regular, like how we used to do the interviews? Yeah. Episode what? Episode 1.
Purr.
Thank you guys so much for watching our first episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Huh?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Better push the like button.
Per. Like and subscribe. Per.
Big purr.
Big purr. Extra large purr.
Extra large.
2X purr.
Gigantic.
Gigantic purr. Purriana.
Gigantic purr.
Puriana.
Puriana.
Anyways.
Anyways.